This is music. Welcome back guys to another edition of Looted. Today we're going to be checking out the OneOdio Pro-10R Studio DJ headphones. Now these were sent to us by OneOdio and they are known for their low price range but pretty good quality headphones. I've seen a few reviews online and all the reviews seem pretty positive, so I'm quite excited to see what these headphones are all about. Now for nearly a year now I've almost exclusively been using the M30Xs by Technica, and they are a very good set of headphones. And they're both in a similar price range. You can pick these ones up for about £55 and these for £30. They're also nearly as popular as one another. I think they both have 4.5 stars on Amazon with over 3,000 reviews and just over 2,000 reviews. So there's only about 25 quid difference, and apparently the quality is very similar. Now my only major gripe with the Technicas is that they do feel a bit uncomfortable after prolonged use. And to be honest, it's probably just because I have a massive head, but they do put a little bit of pressure on the top of my ear, which does get a bit sore. But apart from that, they are perfect headphones for what I need them for. Considering the main thing that I do is video editing, these things rarely leave my PC. Every now and then I'll use them on my phone, but that's very rarely. The main things I'm going to be looking out for is whether or not these things are going to be on par when it comes to audio quality with the Technicas, and whether or not they are more comfortable, because if they are the same audio quality and more comfortable, these are going to be the winners and probably going to be my new headphones. But let's see how that goes. First things first, we've got the cables. This comes with two different cables. We've got the manual, and then we've got the headphones themselves, and they come in a kind of nice pleather bag. I mean, it doesn't feel like the most premium of pleather, but it does feel better than the usual satin bags that I get with most of these products. And here are the headphones, and on first impression, they look quite nice. I did notice when I pulled them out of the bag, they actually have quite nice articulation. There's a lot of movement going on. You can completely flip them around, you can point them in front of you, you can fold them upwards to keep them quite compact. Might even be a bit too loose here, it does feel maybe a bit cheap. It's got a nice pleather headband with a reasonable amount of padding. It's got a bit of a vinyl record look on the headphones themselves with the ridges. But I imagine it's going to scratch quite easily, so I'm not going to do that again. The build is mostly made of plastic, though there is some metal in the headband where you can adjust it, so I can only assume that it's going to be more durable than headphones that don't have that. I like the red and black color scheme. The contrast stitching is quite nice, and overall I think these are quite presentable headphones for £30. Now the one thing that's really caught my eye is that these ear pads look really squishy. It doesn't feel like memory foam, but it feels very squidgy and very comfortable. But how do they feel when they're on my massive head? And that right there is one comfy pair of headphones. That feels pretty good. Also, the fact that these are closed back headphones means that there's actually quite good noise isolation. I can't really hear anything going on in the background like the studio lights or the roadworks that have been going on outside for the last week. It's starting to drive me insane. So that's always a plus. Now you might be wondering, where are the wires on this thing? Are these Bluetooth headphones? No, they are wired headphones. They just come completely separate and are actually detachable, which I quite like. The main thing that I like about this setup compared to other headphones which have non-detachable wires is that if the cable breaks, you can go ahead and buy a new one and still use your headphones. Whereas if I break the cable on my Technicas, they're pretty much done and I just have to buy a new set of headphones. So already the Pro-10R gets points for that, and it also comes with two different cables. One cable has your standard 3.5mm jack on either side with a microphone in the middle, so if you're using it with a smartphone, you can use it to pick up calls, and it's about 1 meter in length, which is pretty much all you need for smartphone use. But honestly, it's the red cable here which I think I'm going to get the most use out of. On one side you have a 6mm jack, on the other side you have a 3.5mm jack. And another pretty good feature on these headphones is that you have two ports. On one side you have the 6mm port just here, so you can plug in your 6mm jack, and then you can use your 3.5mm jack on your phone, your laptop, on your Walkman, your cassette player, that's it. And then on the other side, you've got a port for your 3.5mm jack, and then you can use the other side to plug into your amps. You can plug it into your DJ decks. So you're not going to need an adapter at all for these headphones, which is quite nice. Also, it's quite a long cable. It's about 2 meters in length, but when the coil here is stretched out, it makes it into 3 meters. Now, though these things are labeled as studio DJ headphones, they only have an impedance of 32 ohms. So I don't actually think they're going to be suitable for plugging into anything more powerful than your phone, your laptop, or your PC without losing any audio quality. But seeing as I only really use headphones for video editing, these are still going to be perfectly fine for what I need them for. Just bear that in mind if you're planning on getting these things and plugging them into something a bit more powerful. So to test these out, I'm just going to be using my phone. Let's start off with some pop. Sounds pretty good. That really doesn't sound too bad. The bass is actually pretty decent. I thought it wasn't going to be that great, but it's very clear. This is music. Everything from pop, hip hop to metal to podcasts and YouTube videos sound very good on these things. When it comes to sound quality for £30, I really can't fault these. The bass sounds good, there's no distortion, it all sounds pretty good. So no complaints there, but how do they compare to the Audio Technicas? It's so close, but I've got to give it to the Audio Technicas. Don't get me wrong, the Pro-10s, they sound absolutely fantastic, but the M30s are just so well balanced. It has such a great overall sound. It just makes it just that bit better than the Pro-10s. As I mentioned earlier, one of the main things that I'm looking for is a more comfy pair of headphones, and I've got to say that the Pro-10Rs are definitely doing a goddamn good job at that. The cushiness of these ear pads feels absolutely fantastic, and on the Audio Technicas, they do have quite a bit of squidge, but they do feel quite tough on the surface. But the quality of the pleather on the Audio Technicas does feel far superior to what you get on the Pro-10s. The material on the Pro-10s feels a lot thinner compared to the Audio Technicas, so I have a feeling that these are going to wear down a lot quicker than these. So though these are comfortable straight out of the box, if you're looking for durability, definitely go for the Audio Technicas. After comparing both of these headphones, I will say that the Audio Technica does have a more balanced sound, whereas the OneOdios over here, they do have a well-rounded sound, but I do think they are overcompensating on the bass just a tiny bit. But if you're not a massive audiophile, I don't think that you're really gonna know the difference. For me personally, and for what I do, I think I'm gonna stick with the Audio Technicas, but if you don't have the money and you want to go for something which is very, very similar when it comes to audio quality, you might as well go with the OneOdios. Also, the Pro-10 does have some very nice features which some people will find very useful. The fact that the cable's detachable, the fact that you don't need an adapter are all very handy features to have in a set of headphones. The build quality is decent and the color scheme is quite nice, so overall, I'm quite happy with these headphones. If you're looking for some good quality headphones but you don't have the cash to splurge on some Audio Technicas, you can't go too wrong with a pair of Pro-10Rs. And with that, I think that's going to be it for another edition of Looted. Shout out to Emily Stowell, pikafoop, Natasha Savage, and Keegan McAdams on Patreon. Thank you very much for your support. And if you like this video, hit like. If you like all our videos, hit subscribe. We've got more videos on the way. You can also follow us on our social pages. If you want to support the channel further, check out the link in the description to our Patreon page, and you can also join us on our Discord server. We'll see you guys in the next one. Have a good one.